Cemeteries are spooky places to begin with, but certain graveyards take it to another level. Here are the most haunted cemeteries in America. St. Louis Cemetery No. 1, New Orleans. New Orleans has a history of hauntings and voodoo, so naturally they have a haunted cemetery. There are actually 3 St. Louis cemeteries in the Big Easy, but No. 1 is the main attraction. It's been around since 1789, and unlike normal cemeteries, it's made up completely of above-ground vaults. More than 100,000 people are interred at the cemetery. The most famous is probably Marie Laveau, a famous voodoo priestess from the 1800s who rests in a mausoleum. Many believe her spirit haunts the graveyard, and if you disturb the Grand Voodoo Queen, she'll come after you. Howard Street Cemetery, Salem, Massachusetts. New Orleans isn't the only place in America with a history of the supernatural. It only makes sense that the home of the Salem witch trials would have a haunted cemetery. Giles Corey, who died during the witch trials, reportedly haunts the Howard Street Cemetery, but he didn't just die, he was tortured. Corey wouldn't admit to anything during his trial. The sheriff took matters into his hands and had Corey lie in a hole in a field near the cemetery. The sheriff placed a board over his chest and started putting stones on top of the board. Gradually, more and more stones were added. Eventually, he was crushed to death. Now, Corey's ghost appears before tragedy strikes in the area. Union Cemetery, Easton, Massachusetts. The Northeast was one of the earliest settled parts of the country. It makes sense that there might be more than one haunted cemetery in the region. Union Cemetery is one of the most haunted places in the country. The cemetery dates back to the 1600s, and it's famous for the White Lady. Many people have spotted a mysterious woman with long dark hair in a white nightgown and bonnet walking along a nearby road. Many drivers have been startled and swerved after she appeared out of nowhere. A few other people have seen something or someone known as red eyes. One man walking by the cemetery said he saw red eyes peering at him from some bushes. When he ran, he heard footsteps following him.